Hey everyone. Hey everyone. Just wanted basically to go to total opposite end of the spectrum from the last video we did. So we spoke about looking at time frames, upcoming matches, strikers, possible dividend winners. Okay, and I just wanted to go to the opposite end of the spectrum with this. So the opposite end of the pitch would be defenders, and in spectrum we're not looking at match days. We're thinking ahead to like next summer, and there's a potential benefit between now and then, but we're really aiming for, I say, next summer. Okay, or really, yeah, for the rest of the season, really, as much as anything else. So the first player I was wanting to show you is a man here by the name of Ben Chilwell. Okay, which again, I'm not pretty sure you all know who this guy is. He's sitting very nicely now at 209. Ben Chilwell plays left back. He's a very exciting prospect, very well thought of, and as you can see now with some of the things that are happening in January, what kind of stimulated me thinking about this was when I seen this, that Rodrigo is up at £6.40. He's still at Santos. He's not joining Real Madrid until the summer, and he's trading at £6.40. I remember having a similar feeling last year to the price that Vinicius Junior was sitting at. This time last year when he was like signed for Real and he was going to move in the summer, he was like £3-4, and that was like, that was a year ago. That was before, the index was like half the size at best. It was just nuts. And obviously you can see where he's at now. He's playing regularly. His prices, doubled since the kind of time I'm talking about. Yeah, so he's but over £2. Yeah, and I say different scale back then as well. It was before dividend bonuses and that type of thing. But when I seen that, I was thinking, right, okay, well, who, if you're thinking longer term with this, it's just money, you're happy to sit on it for the ultimate end product. Ben Chilwell, the reason I really like him is because he's, number one, English, and it's his position of left back. Okay, so as you guys will know from being football fans, fullbacks have become very attractive in the last couple of seasons, especially ones that can defend good, can get up and down the line, can put a cross in, can score, that type of thing as well. If you remember last summer after the World Cup, Harry Maguire was linked with an £85 million move to Man United after having a decent World Cup, which he did have. Okay, Ben Chilwell was having a really good season, even though Leicester have pressures and the manager's under pressure and they're not quite where they want to be, and that type of thing as well. If you think about the top six, the only two teams that would not buy a left back in the summer is probably Man United. Maybe, depends how you want to look at it, depends on Luke Shaw, and Chelsea. Marcus Alonso is fantastic. But City definitely need another left back. Arsenal are definitely going to take a good left back when it's going. Spurs are big crying out for a left back since Danny Rose went off the boil really the last couple of years, injuries and loss of form, that type of thing. So it can be linked to a lot of clubs, and if Harry Maguire is worth 85 million, you know what I mean? Even if they say Ben Chilwell is going to be 50 million, which we all know is not impossible to one of these top six clubs, because he will move in the summer. I think that's relatively likely. He'll be linked at the very least to these types of moves all the way through the summer. He'll be playing. He'll get back in the England team. He'll be getting caps. There's no chance. So at £2.9, and first month you have him, goal and assist bonuses if they're going, brilliant. But then when these things do happen, it's there's no football matches on, so it's all media days, treble media days, and you've got them for a lifetime with the holding. He's pretty solid. He really is. The 209. There's nothing. Again, he's just. What I'm talking about now, guys, is like a proper longer hold. Something between now and like the transfer window. Assessing it from there, being prepared to ride it through. And I think at 209, it's a maybe 208 if you wait, or closer to £2 flat the better. But 209 is not a bad place to be. Even if you look at his pre-established ceiling, we're talking about comfortably. He's been over 219. Is his ceiling, so that gets you your commission back and a decent amount of profit for the amount of investment you'd be putting in on this. So I really do like the look of this guy. I was going to make a few honourable mentions in the squad players list, because I was flicking through it, I was looking at a few of them and I thought, he's got a case. Ben Chilwell stood out. Number one is having a lot of benefits longer term. The next one is a bit shorter term, okay, and that is, kind of mentioned him when we were chatting about Ben Chilwell, is Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw's down at £2.26 now, and Luke Shaw, if you've been on this for any length of time, he is a freak of nature. He has some mad, strange pull with the media that anything that happens with Luke Shaw, it's big news. It's so bizarre, maybe because of his awful injury or something, I don't know. But he can shoot up, and he can shoot up big, and he can pick up media. He's got that in him. And the way Solskjaer's got Man United playing, when it goes on to form, he is going big time. I just can't. It's just, the thing he's got as a benefit to him over Ben Chilwell is he's got Champions League football, and he has that media. He will get you something shorter term and longer term. He's a really, 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 really underpriced position in this right now. And as I said in the last video, guys, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, oh, can I move on that? Because I could do that. I'm behind it 100%. But as I said to you before, you've got to be in the right position to do this, and you've got to be ready to make these moves when it's right. Forcing it is just, you can't win. You really can't. The next two are definitely longer holds, and again, this won't be a name that is strange to you. I can just do this. And that is Matthias de Ligt. Okay, so he's at £3.74 now. He's on a little bit of a down. He's had a big increase over the last little while. Now the reason I'd be looking at him now, especially when he's on any kind of a downward curve, I think he's hit his floor there at 371, 372, 373. I think he's hit his floor. He's only going to go back up as soon, and this is again just my opinion, as soon as Ajax get knocked out of the Champions League, he will be announced as signing for somebody. And it's going to be a Champions League club. That's why it's not been announced yet, but there's no two ways about it. The guy's the most coveted centre half out there. Everyone's in for him. After Ajax get knocked out, and then that is going to be big news. So you're waiting for that bang. You're waiting for really that transfer, and then you've got a decision to make. Stick or twist. And it's really up to you. You can wait, and then when he goes there, he's going to rise and rise and rise. You can hold him for as long as you want, because he's a top player, young, and he's definitely going to get a big transfer and have a big rep. Anything good he does, especially if he moves to the Premier League, he'll just be insanely valuable. He's not going to be. He's going to be in the same realm as Van Dijk, if we're being honest. In terms of initially when he goes there, before he really does play, and we see what he's properly made of in that league. Van Dijk shot up in price big time as soon as he went to Liverpool. And then the second one, and the last one, was this guy here, Achraf Hakimi. Okay, now this boy, I've got no idea, to be honest with you, what Real Madrid plan on doing with this guy. He is a Real Madrid player. He's been playing for Dortmund this season. We are all filling up to speed with how well Dortmund are doing and the good things about them. But this guy has been brilliant for them at right back. He's really attacking, really energetic, and he's definitely well thought of with his performances. So, he goes back to Real Madrid in the summer, and Real Madrid, again, a massive team in transition. Carvajal's decent at right back, but are they going to start now looking for the next generation of Galacticos? And if they are, this guy could be an easy peasy right back. And if you remember, Danny Carvajal, the season that got him into the Real Madrid team, where he was on loan, I believe, or maybe they sold him and bought him back to Leverkusen. He played in Germany for a season, did really well, and then went to Real Madrid. Daniel Carvajal, and he's also had a career that we all know about. Achraf Hakimi, he's on loan to a team in the Bundesliga. You know what I mean? It's history repeating itself, guys. And again, even if it's just through the summer, there's spikes there. This is somebody who's just going to rise as, number one, the index grows. Naturally, these players will become more valuable. That's the thing. As long as the index keeps growing, there's not any real great losses out there if you're kind of sticking to the same criteria. What is valuable, and when that value will really come to the fore. And other people will be involved as well. The longer game, you can earn some really good money in. it's not something you'll necessarily interact with every day or you'll spend much time on. So it really depends on A, what kind of player you're going to be, and B, what kind of returns you're after. If it is just easy peasy safe, you might buy like 100 Ronaldo for £1,000 and just leave it for a year and just pick up all the media buzz. It would be better than in a bank, I can tell you that. You know, yeah, easily. So anyway, guys, this is just what I wanted to talk about tonight with you. Is those four guys there? And again, there's honourable mentions all over the place, guys. There's not, it's football. All these people are valuable at certain points for certain reasons, and it's just realising when and where all those things are going to transpire, or when they're most likely to transpire, or the conditions you need for that to come to fruition. So have a good night, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.